Finally, at a price of 5,000 yuan per ton, I successfully acquired this old car. From afar, I brought the vintage vehicle home to see how it could be transformed. On October 28th last year, I began cleaning it up. Initially, I hoped that when I opened the trunk, I might find some hidden treasure. At the very least, I expected to find a spare tire. However, when I looked again, I found a trunk filled with 2 tons of dirt. I thought I had discovered a hidden gem, but it turned out to be an unexpected burden. Purchasing this old car at 5,000 yen per ton in Linfen was a fateful encounter with this vintage gym vehicle. As the saying goes, autumn water, wooden horse, a glance at you, everlasting admiration. And this car was an exception. After clearing out all the dirt, I started focusing on the engine restoration. For every old car I bring home, my first task is always the engine. This process felt like having a companion for the long journey. No longer homesick. Instead of a treasure hunting show, it turned into an archaeological excavation. After a day of hard work, I cleared the soil and prepared this valuable gym car for restoration. All parts, such as the headlights and grille, were removed and carefully handled. I disassembled the entire interior, including the metal plates and even the engine, knowing it wasn't the original. I removed components like glass frames, front headlights, and protective frames, polishing them meticulously. Every rusty spot had to be sanded back to its original shine. The restoration process began with the car body. I meticulously removed rust from all exposed areas, making sure every surface was clean and smooth. This took hours of manual labor and precise attention to detail. The grinding and sanding process required various tools, each carefully selected to ensure the best outcome. My goal was to restore the car to its former glory without compromising its structural integrity. Once the exterior was thoroughly prepped, I applied an anti-rust primer to prevent future corrosion. This was followed by a base coat of paint that matched the original color. The painting process required multiple layers, each left to dry completely before applying the next. I used high-quality paint to ensure durability and a rich finish. The car's exterior began to take on a new life, glistening with the deep, lustrous black that it originally had. The undercarriage was no less important. Years of neglect had left it in a state of disrepair, with rust eating away at vital components. I removed the entire undercarriage assembly, cleaned it piece by piece, and replaced parts that were beyond saving. The suspension system, for instance, was dismantled and rebuilt with new bushings and reinforced springs. This was critical not only for the car's performance, but also for its safety on the road. After the undercarriage was dealt with, I turned my attention to the engine bay. The engine that came with the car was not the original, so I decided to search for a genuine GAZ-M engine. This was no easy feat, as finding an authentic engine for a vintage vehicle can be incredibly challenging. I reached out to various collectors, visited junkyards, and scoured online forums. After weeks of searching, I finally located an original GAZ-M engine that was still in good condition. Installing the new engine was a meticulous process. Every connection, from fuel lines to electrical wiring, had to be perfect. I double-checked all the fittings, ensuring there were no leaks or loose parts. The engine was mounted securely, and I tested its functionality before proceeding to the next steps. Hearing it roar to life for the first time was an exhilarating moment. The sound was powerful and smooth, a true testament to the vehicle's original craftsmanship. Once the mechanical aspects were complete, I shifted my focus to the car's interior. The original seats were in tatters, so I sourced high-quality leather from a reputable supplier. I chose a classic black color that matched the car's exterior. Each seat was carefully reupholstered by hand, ensuring that the stitching was perfect and the cushions were comfortable. The dashboard was another major project. It had cracks and signs of age that needed repair. I removed it, sanded it down, and applied a fresh coat of paint before reinstalling it. The instrument panel was restored to its former glory, with each gauge cleaned and recalibrated. This included the speedometer, fuel gauge, and various warning lights. I replaced the old worn-out glass with new shatterproof glass that provided clear visibility. The steering wheel was polished and treated with a special solution to maintain its original texture and sheen. Door panels were a significant part of the interior restoration. The original ones were either missing or damaged beyond repair, so I had to fabricate new ones that matched the car's design. This required precise measurements and a keen eye for detail. I used materials that were as close to the original as possible, including chrome accents and high-quality vinyl. The car's sound system was another element that needed attention. The old radio was beyond repair, so I opted for a modern system that maintained a vintage look but offered modern functionality. This included Bluetooth connectivity and high-quality speakers that were discreetly installed to preserve the car's classic appearance. One of the most challenging parts of the restoration was the roof lining. It had sagged and was stained from years of neglect. Removing it was a delicate process that required patience. I replaced it with a new lining made from premium fabric that not only looked good, but also enhanced sound insulation. The end result was a roof that looked as if it had just come out of the factory. The final step in the restoration process was detailing. This involved polishing the chrome trim, cleaning every nook and cranny, and applying protective coatings to keep the car looking its best. I used a special wax that gave the car a deep, reflective shine, making it look as if it had just rolled off the production line. The tires were the last addition. I chose a set of high-performance tires that provided excellent grip and durability. These were mounted and balanced carefully to ensure a smooth ride. Once the tires were on, I took the car for a test drive. The difference was night and day. The car handled beautifully with responsive steering and a smooth suspension. The engine purred like a well-fed cat, and the exhaust note was a symphony of power and precision. Reflecting on the journey, I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of accomplishment. Restoring a car like this is more than just a hobby. It's a labor of love. It requires time, patience, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Every hour spent sanding, polishing, and assembling was worth it to see the car in its final form. It was not just a vehicle, but a piece of history brought back to life. Friends who have been following my journey know that this is not just about the car. It's about preserving a piece of the past and sharing it with future generations. The car now sits in my garage, a testament to what dedication and passion can achieve. It's a reminder that with enough effort, even the most neglected and forgotten things can be reborn. To anyone who has made it to the end of this story, thank you for your support. The journey of restoring this gem has been long and challenging, but the reward has been immeasurable. If you've ever considered taking on a project like this, I encourage you to do so. It will test you in ways you never expected, but it will also bring you joy and satisfaction that is unmatched. The restoration of ZiM is now complete. To those who read to the end, leave a 2 in the comments to let me know you were here. Thank you for joining me on this journey.